Do you even need a CRM for your agency, whether you're, an individual person or a 50-person agency? That's exactly what we're going to go ahead and talk about today. And we'll specifically talk about your top of funnel, your middle and bottom funnel, some basic automations for your CRM, having a CRM if, again, you're the salesperson as the founder, the owner of your agency, or if you have closers and sales reps on your team, as well as some reporting and just some of my favorite CRMs I recommend. So, does every company, every agency need a CRM? The short answer is yes. Doesn't matter if it's just you or you, again, have 50, hundreds, thousands of people. You need a CRM. And your CRM should not be a Google spreadsheet. Sure, you could use one, but there are plenty of free options out there to have a proper CRM. Do not use a Google spreadsheet for your CRM, no matter what the gurus tell you. So let's talk about why do you need a CRM? And we'll specifically talk of your top of funnel. So you might be getting leads. Well, there's two ways of getting leads. You're getting these inbound leads or you're getting outbound leads. Inbound, they're coming from your network of referrals. Maybe you're on Twitter or YouTube or Instagram and people are coming to you. Or outbound, you're doing cold email, cold DMs, cold calling, things like that. You want to be able to track all those different activities, and be able to specifically then, when you do get leads and turn them into opportunities, track where those came from. If you got 40 meetings last month, you want to be able to know, where did those come from? How many of them came from Twitter? How many of them came from LinkedIn, cold call and cold email? Most people I talk to, no matter the size of the agency, whether it's small or large, they don't track these things. And, you need to track these things. You need to be able to see and have visibility of where are all my meetings coming from. Because you want to later on, if you're getting too many leads, let's say, which, is never really a problem. But if you're realizing that, hey, I'm getting a lot of inbound Twitter leads, but out of the 30 I get every month, like a percentage of them actually close versus, hey, my cold emails, I only get 10 a month, but 20% of them close. So now you want to say, okay, I want to make it more difficult for some reason or another to get Twitter leads, to actually book meetings because most of them are unqualified. So you'll put different processes in place. Hey, maybe there's a type form. Maybe there's, they got to pay for a meeting, whatever it may be, just to make it a little more difficult. But you're never going to know those things if you don't have a CRM and you don't track those things. Also talk about top funnel is you're going to have meetings booked every month. Not everyone is going to show up for these meetings. You are going to have a no-show rate. It's inevitable. You want to be able to track those things and see how many meetings were booked, how many meetings no-showed. Who out of those no-shows do you actually have to follow up with? Don't use Google, your Gmail alerts to remind you. Put it in a CRM, in a Kanban view, so you can visibly see where all my scheduled meetings, my meetings that no-showed, maybe my meetings that are, their discovery call has been completed. Now they're potentially in the next stage. You have to be able to track and have a visible representation of those things. And you need to also store information about these prospects. The person's name, the company's name, what do they do, their title, their contact emails, all this information. You need visibility. Now we talk about, that middle of the funnel, that bottom of the funnel. You get them in, maybe you're a one call closer, two call close, whatever it may be. After you have that meeting, you need to be able to track all those things. Okay. What's the amount that this deal is potentially going to close for? What's the potential service we're offering? What's the note? What are the next steps? I talk to so many agency owners and they don't track these things. It's in their brain. And I don't know, maybe I've been hit too many times in the head, but I can't remember what I had for breakfast. How are you going to remember all these different things? You're not. You are losing thousands and thousands of dollars each month by not using a CRM and just relying on Google Alerts or your memory, or just like, hey, out of these 10 meetings I had, these 2 felt really good, so I'm just going to worry about them. These 8 others, there's a potential chance, but I'm not going to follow up a lot. People forget about all those. I talk to so many people, so many, founders or sales leaders, and it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot. I got to follow up with them. Well, if I didn't ask you, you probably wouldn't have remembered. So you're losing out on 2, maybe 3 new clients every month. And what do you charge? $2,500, $5,000 a month? That's That's a lot of money that you're losing out on, especially talk about the lifetime value every single month because you're just not properly following up. And that goes to because you're not properly tracking these opportunities in a pipeline in your CRM. Also, as you do eventually grow, you want to have these processes in place because eventually you might have a sales rep on your team, an appointment setter, or a closer, and you probably want that closer to try and close as many deals as possible. And if they're not properly tracking their opportunities, you best know they're letting opportunities fall through the cracks, and they're losing out on money for your business. And maybe you're paying them, a salary. You're paying them and they're not doing their job. And you probably don't even have visibility that they're not doing their job. Actually, recently was talking to a founder who just brought on a closer, and we were talking through these things, and he's like, yeah, you're right. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Everything needs to be in the CRM. My opinion is if it's not in the CRM, it did not happen. If you didn't log that email, if you didn't track that call or add those notes, it did not happen. And yeah, sure, some salespeople might look at that as a waste of time, but you're not going to remember those things. And there's also a lot of automation that can be done, so you don't need to do a lot of those things. So, other important things is talking about reporting. Again, I mentioned being able to track all these different things, track, your inbound leads versus your outbound leads. What are the conversion rates? Hey, how many Twitter leads close versus how many LinkedIn leads close versus what's the conversion rate from how many Twitter leads from, appointment booked to a proposal being sent or proposal being sent to contract sent. All these different things, you need to be able to track these things. It does not matter if you are the salesperson, because you can go back and actually look at that data and figure out, okay, where can I do better? Where can I improve? So many people think I just need more leads. It's not a lead problem. It's a middle, bottom of the funnel pipeline problem, lack of follow-up problem. You have enough leads. Yes, you could always use more. You just do a shitty job of following up with those leads because you're not properly tracking those things. If you just get more leads, you're doing the same exact thing. You're still losing out on opportunity. So you need to fix the middle and bottom of your funnel before you just add more leads to it. And that can all be done with a CRM. All those things by tracking all those things. Again, you want to see all that data and where should you be putting your time. And again, if you don't have any sales reps right now, just pretend that, okay, I'm going to have sales reps in the future. I'm going to potentially pay these people. I want to know exactly what they're doing, what they're not doing, where they're falling, and making sure that they're doing everything possible, also efficiently, to close as many deals as possible to bring us as much business. So all this stuff, again, all these activities, all this stuff, it can easily be automated. In terms of CRMs, HubSpot, without a doubt, I think is the best CRM on the market. Their free version is great. You could go up to their starter version, which is like $50 a month, and it does a lot of different things for you. And it's not just sales, but you can do marketing in there as well. I've used Close, not too bad. I've used Pipedrive. Salesforce, I think, is too outdated. I think HubSpot is definitely the best, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Get a CRM and don't just use spreadsheets. And then using those tools, use a tool like Zapier, set up those automations for those basic things as, hey, when a lead comes in, automate all the information in. Hey, let's make automated reminders as deals move through the different stages of your pipeline. Hey, let's automate contracts being sent or proposals being sent. All these things that take you or your sales rep 30 minutes, an hour to do each time, that all can be automated and save you a lot of time. And that's what we do at HubHelp. That's exactly what we do. We work with companies to automate their sales and marketing processes, set up and optimize their CRM and sales systems. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click the first link in the video and we can go ahead and talk. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, throw any comments that you potentially have about a CRM. I'm happy to answer, and we'll see you in the next video.